you are on a journey to learn Swedish and looking to ace the language test, you're at the right place. In this video, I'm going to share with you my personal roadmap and study tips to take me from a beginner to a B1 level. Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. I'm a marketer, a content creator based in Helsinki, Finland. Welcome to my channel. In this channel, I'm going to share with you my learning through my 20s, my career, travel, and interesting things in my life abroad. So let's start by focusing on the two crucial steps to master your Swedish: setting a clear goals and having a study plan. Trust me, having a plan is like having a roadmap. It's make sure that you don't end up lost or wasting a lot of time.
I made a 12-month study plan before the test date. In the first 6 to 8 months, I immersed myself in the basics. As I was working full-time while studying Swedish, I allocated 3 hours every week for courses, 10 minutes every day for Duolingo app. My goal is getting comfortable with essential grammar and vocabulary and setting a solid foundation. After 8 months, I reached the early A2 level. During the next 3 months, in addition to attending language courses, I shift my focus to familiarizing myself with the test format, strengthening my skills and expanding my vocabulary around common test topics. By this point, I had reached the level A2.2. Finally, I used the final month for intense practice. This phase is for adapting to the time pressure and practicing the mock tests.
Of course, learning a language is the personal experience, and there's no one-size-fits-all methods. So the timeline and the study plan depends totally on you. But the most important thing is being persistent and patient. Little by little, you will get there. If you're just starting out, a solid tip is to attend Swedish courses. Most of the courses will use the Ripstop books. They're so fantastic for beginners because it provides us with Swedish culture knowledge as well as different grammar points and diverse vocabulary topics. So I really recommend this. Swedish grammar can be extremely difficult at first, so my tip is to do all the exercise in the exercise book. They explain very well different grammar rules and make it easier to digest and understand. Speaking of vocabulary, Duolingo is my go-to app. I tend to study Duolingo for 10 minutes per day, and it fits perfectly into my daily routines. I can use Duolingo during my time on the metro, on the plane, or just when I wait for the bus. So it makes learning journey more interesting, and it's just repeating the words until I can memorize them perfectly. And here's another tip. When I want to learn a new word in Swedish, I tend to create a short stories that sounds funny or real to me. For example, if I want to learn the word blomma or blommor, I will create a short story like this. Jag köpte blommor i butiken och jag placerar blommor i min bord. Alright, so we move into a very important phase of speeding things up because your test day is approaching. So it's all about smart practicing and getting yourself familiarized with the test format. First up, I really recommend you to do all the exercise in the book Förbered dig för språkexamen because it's covered many targeted topics and the common situations that you might come across during the real test, especially in the writing part and speaking part. There are a few common topics that you might come across during the YKI test. For example, arbete och utbildning, hobby, fritid, natur och miljö, hälsa och välbefinnande, människan och omgivningen, pengar och skatt, samhälle, vardagsliv. Under each topic, build your vocabulary list. Focus on the most useful and the common expressions. By this way, you can not only learn the new words, but also get to use them frequently and effectively. For example, under the topic hobby, sort your vocabulary into groups. What are your hobbies? Att spela musik, att gå på gym, att sjunga. What are your emotions when doing it? Lycklig, friska, full of energy. And the place you've spent for your hobbies. For example, i parken, i gymmet, i skogen. So grouping your vocabulary like this makes it easier to remember. There are a few online sources that I want to share with you to help you practicing the 4 skills. For listening part, I often listen to Yle News, watch the programs in Swedish in Yle Arena. Sometimes I listen to the Swedish podcast or Swedish music. For the reading skill, I often read the news on different online newspapers. For example, Svenska Yle, Åtta sidor, or Hufvudstadsbladet. I often note down all the new words that I learned from those news and write them down in my notebook. I often practice speaking with my Swedish teacher, my classmate, my group of friends, and sometimes I went to the Swedish speaking club or practices with tutor on italki. For the writing part, I write the short essays and letters from whatever topics that I want and send them to my teachers for further feedback. During this phase, you can also get your hands on the sample test. You can find the test at YKI website. This sample test will present to you the types of questions you might deal with, how they present it, and the time that you need to dedicate to each questions. Two weeks before the test day, I dedicated 6 to 7 hours daily to revising all the topics and vocabulary that I have learned. I also put myself under time pressure to practice this writing task and speaking task. This intense preparation boosted my confidence and my ability to perform under the time pressure. Of course, this approach depends on your availability and your proficiency, but for me, immersing in Swedish in the last 2 weeks really improved my skills. Alright, so we have gone through setting the goals, a study plan, to learning new vocabulary, and getting yourself familiarized with the test. I hope at this point you're ready to advance your learning journey, and remember that success in learning a language relies on your consistency, patience, and belief in yourself. Don't be overwhelmed. Each step forward is a progress. So tailor those tips to fit your study style. And don't forget to check out the materials that I linked in the caption below. If this video helped, please give me a thumbs up and comments on what you have been applying to your study journey. Drop any questions or any tips that you have in the comment below. I would love to hear that. Thanks for watching and good luck with your Swedish learning. You got this!